Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. To the Honorable all the reviewers and to the Honorable all the audience, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Firdha Sarah, and I am undergraduate student from IPSE FPMIPA UPI, and I would like to present my research about STEM project-based learning on student STEM literacy, the case of student earth layer and disaster. Without any further ado, let's jump to the background. The topic focus in this research is about earth layer and disaster, and why? Because during the COVID-19 pandemic, Indonesia also threatened with natural disaster since it is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which make us become the most seismically active country in the world. And over 677 earthquakes in the past 6 months has happened in Indonesia. So we have to prepare our future generation to solve the problem regarding using the knowledge that they know before. It is referred to the STEM literacy ability. And why STEM literacy is needed? Because the more skilled staff educated in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics concluded that STEM literacy is a skill that citizens needed to take part in the modern workplace in 21st century. And the STEM project-based learning is the solution that offer in this research because it can be chosen to foster the innovative spirit and practical capacity in the student by integrating the knowledge. And there is no study using STEM project-based towards STEM literacy that carried online and focus on earth layer and disaster for secondary school students before. So it is new. And the method used in this research is pre-experimental method with one group pre-test and post-test design. And the population is all students in 7th grade student of junior high school in Bandung. And the convenience sampling was used and the participants are 30 grades 7 secondary school students. And the analysis data is used is SPSS, included normality, homogeneity, and paired sample t-test, and also N-gain score. And the STEM project-based learning conducted via online using Google Classroom and the Zoom meeting. It is divided into 3 meetings, consists of 4 stages in STEM project-based learning, which is preparation stage, that teachers show or introduce the materials. And the second is implementation stage. It is student need to make their own project. And the third is presentation stage, that student needs to present their design or the product. And the fourth is evaluation, that student get the suggestion from their friends and the teacher to develop their project into better in the future. And the last is the instrument used to measure the STEM literacy is a 15 multiple choice question for 4 aspects. It is included for science literacy, technological literacy, engineering literacy, and the fourth is mathematical literacy. The next is the result and discussion. In general, the STEM literacy show that the mean score obtained by students before the implementation of STEM project-based learning increased from 34.7 into the 68.1, and the normal gain is 0.47, shows that the medium improvement in the student based on the Higgs rules. It shows that the ability of to use the scientific phenomena and integrate the science, technology, engineering, mathematics of students to solve the problem is improved. And to see the detail of the result of student STEM literacy, then the data is also analyzed in each aspect seen as in figure 1. That we can see that all the aspect is increased and the highest improvement from the science literacy based on the mean score. It has a 40 points improvement, while the others is less than 40. The future discussion is shown in the next slide. So we will talk about the scientific efficacy as the first aspect that we discuss here. The scientific literacy is the ability to understand the environmental issue, uh, using and utilize the scientific knowledge to solve the problem related to the issue. And the average score increased from the 25 to 65, and again um, score is 0.51, categorized as medium improvement. It is because the standard project-based learning on preparation stage on the first meeting, the student can have to identify scientific phenomena. In this case, it's earthquake, and student needs to innovate the solution by solve the problem related to the earthquake. Uh, and the learning activity of this stage can stimulate the scientific literacy on students to increase the ability to identify and apply their integrated knowledge to solve the problem. It is shows that um, preparation stage is can be used to can facilitate student to identify and solve the problem. And the second is the technology literacy. It is the ability to use and understand the technological principle and the strategies to develop solution related using the technology. This aspect has the highest improvement than other aspect due to the endgame score is 0.61, and the improvement on the average score is from 30 to 69. The STEM project-based learning on preparation stage can engage students to analyze what kind of technology to solve the problem raised and what a prototype by themselves. Students can propose that earthquake resistant building can be used as technology to decrease the effect of the earthquake in human life. As the learning activity carried online and there are repetition of technology use, students can use the Google Classroom and Zoom meeting and other program and technology to help them in online learning itself. It is in line with the findings from Yasin, Prima, and Solihin in 2017 that shows that repetition of technology use can increase students' technology literacy. And the third aspect of STEM literacy is engineering literacy. It is the ability to design, to manufacture, and to produce using the science and mathematical to solve the problem, and the medium improvement seen from the 0.5 on the endgame score, while the average score increased from 29 to 68. And this aspect is developed because the STEM project-based learning let the student get the hands-on activity in project making, and the implementation stage that allows students uh, to train their design ability um, using the science and mathematics principle in making the earthquake resistant building. And the students feel motivated to finish the project after they present their design project to their friends in presentation stage. And it is in line with the findings from Tati, Firman, and Riandi that shows that design activity can increase student engineering literacy. And the last is mathematical literacy. It is ability to use formulated mathematical to solve the problem. And the data conclude that there is medium improvement on student mathematical literacy, that endgain is 0.43, and the mean score increase. And it is because the measurement activity that included in this project-based learning activity. So the conclusion that the STEM project-based learning that can improve student STEM literacy, and it is can be used as an alternative learning tool to enhance students' STEM literacy in the pandemic time. That's all from me. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.